Hey, what's up, everybody? Josh Hugh here. And there's just been another damning email that's just been uncovered from the Epstein files. This one is literally saying trauma testimony from the Epstein files is chilling. A victim describes being trafficked through handlers tied to Ukraine with verified numbers connecting back to Ukraine. She received Hebrew messages like, "Garbage, where are you? We are waiting at the train, come on," and graphic death threats warning her to stay silent. She still remembers the house, Jeffrey, Lane, Mike, Sheila, Barbara, and other abusers, even when her mind fragments into childlike parts to cope with the trauma. They didn't just traffic bodies. They weaponized fear, language, and international networks to keep victims quiet. We look at the email, and it says, "There appears to have been, and continue to be, a connection between some of the perpetrators in Ukraine. Russia has provided us with 2 phone numbers she was instructed to call to connect to her traffickers, which have been confirmed to us by Deliver Fund, Mike Fulalove, to be located in Ukraine, which resolves to a mobile number in Ukraine, and redacted, which resolves to a landline in Ukraine. For example, on September 3rd, 2019, after one of the traffickers had arranged through one of Ukraine's phone numbers to see redacted, and redacted did not show up, redacted received the following message." And you see right there, it's like in Hebrew, so I'm going to just read the translated part of this. The English translation for the above message in Hebrew is, "Garbage, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? We are waiting at the train. Come." Note, there is a number at the top of this message which might be traceable. Blank has continued to be threatened with phone messages about what would happen to her if she disclosed the abuse. For example, in August 2019, received a message on her phone depicting a mutilated woman with the message in Hebrew. "This is what will happen to you if you talk, so be quiet." The sending number on her phone was redacted. When Blank thinks about what happened to her, and then there's a very long statement there being redacted, it is very hard for her to talk about abuse. Sometimes other parts of herself that appear as little children can remember more than Blank remembers. But she does remember the house, Jeffrey, Lane, Mike, Sheila, some of the abuse, and sometimes the names of other people in the house who abused her. Now, I've been showing the world for a while now that Ukraine was never the good guys. I don't even know what made people even believe that they became the good guys, because literally a long time ago, when I was a kid, I remember we used to call them neo-Nazis. I honestly have no clue what changed that whatsoever, but they have never been the good guys. This is an article I put together in 2024, and it's actually going off of a thread that I did in 2023, and it's describing what actually takes place in Ukraine. The children of Ukraine are the target of a massive human traffic and organ harvesting game. That is right. The children of Ukraine are the target of a massive human trafficking and organ harvesting industry. The mainstream media keeps so many blind to this. Nothing but silence from all media outlets. The world is in shambles, and people are so distracted they don't even know this is happening. According to a French whistleblower, the wife of Ukrainian dictator Vladimir Zelensky runs a sex trafficking network in which displaced Ukrainian children are given to known pedophiles all over the world. According to a report published by the Intel Drop, the former employee of Olena Zelenska's nonprofit produced foundation documentation as well as his own personal work ID card to back up his claims. In the video uploaded by the alleged whistleblower, a man wearing a mask says he is speaking out to expose what's happening within the Olena Zelenska Foundation based on his personal experience. Now, it was all in French, so I had it Englishly translated. I'm going to go ahead and play the clip right here.
So, to convince myself, I'm recording this video to tell you about what happened in the Olena Zelenska Foundation when I worked there. After also, on your email, I will send you all the documents all the effect what happened you will have in your email with this video. To start my story, it was in France. I had a friend there who worked with different foundations, and it was he who told me. He told me that in Ukraine there is a foundation that pays well, that offers good conditions. So I said to myself, why not? I contacted this foundation, and then I did my documents, and I went there to Ukraine. When I came there to work as a driver. There you go, I was offered this job, and there you go, I signed a contract. In fact, this contract was already something. I felt something strange. It was already in the contract. There were points, for example, in the contract. I was told that we must not speak with the children, we must not ask questions about host families and all that. For me, it was weird, but I told myself that since I'm a driver, it's none of my business. Okay, I signed the contract. After signing the contract, I was given a pass. See? That was it, you see. There you have it, a pass. See? This is how to give. And there, they also gave us training. They told us about the job we were going to do there. There you have it, the job. It was very simple, in fact. We took children from Ukrainian cities. For example, there was the city as it was called, Lviv. Yet another city, which was Vinnytsia. We took the children from there. We took them to other orphanages which were in liaison with the Alan Azalinsker Foundation. And these orphanages were in Europe, they were in Germany, in France too. I was working and in England. That's it. We brought the children there. We put them there in the Children of the ENA. Afterwards, there were staff there who took care of them and looked for host families for them. As soon as we find a host family, we take them from there as drivers, and we take them to the host family. That's how I make different journeys. I make different cities and also neighborhoods. For example, there are host families also who lived in rich neighborhoods. For example, sometimes I went to Berlin, for example. I went in the Kreuzberg district. I still remember there was another host family in London who lived in the, what is it called, Dolphin Square. In France, in Paris, there's a family who was on Avenue Foch. That's it. And about this avenue, that's what happened. That's it. I came to this Avenue Foch, and I came with a child. Here, I have documents that I will send to you later by email. I was with this child. He was Dimitro. I took him to the Ake family located on Avenue Foch. A gentleman who came out, he was really already an elderly gentleman, and he came out half naked. And it really surprised me already what was happening. He winked at the child, he took the child by the hand, he signed the document and all that, and that's it. And he closed the door. There, I said to myself that at that moment, we really had to realize that something was going wrong. But hey, I'm told that it happens. Who knows? And a few days later, yet another story happened, that I had to take another child from the orphanage. The child was, at one point when I found him, it was this one. It was Volodymyr. I had to take him from the orphanage to a foster family. And there, what surprised me was that this child, already before a few weeks ago, I had already taken him to another foster family. And I didn't understand what he was doing there. What the hell he was doing in the orphanage if he should already be with his family. So, well, I asked him the question. I tried to communicate with him in English. I told him what's happening, what's happening. In fact, that's it. He really started to cry. I was shocked what was happening. I told him that I have to take you to the family. He started to cry. I understood that he doesn't want to go. So, and we were already in the car at that time. I did not know what to do. Should I take him to the family, or should we go back to the orphanage? Why doesn't he want to go there? Well, I don't understand what's going on with him. And then afterwards, he also started to make, gestures like this. As I understood about this gesture, like this, he's making gestures and he is showing me that he was touched in intimate places. I understood that, no, really, it's terrible. At that moment, I understood everything that was happening. It was really... It's pretty awful what happened to him. I said to myself, okay, calm down. You need to look for the documents to understand what's going on. I started looking for the documents and also looking for the family he had hosted before. And there I found a name. It was a certain gentleman called Bernard Henri Levy. I didn't think anything about this gentleman. So I hit the internet to see who he is, to find out if he has a Facebook or something like that. And then I found information about him. And from this information, I understood that he is in this whole entourage of pedophiles, that he keeps in contact with them. I understood the whole scheme that they are doing there in this foundation. Really, what's happening there is horrible. But I'll follow you right away, because they're in child sex trafficking. No thank you. I don't want to participate. That's why I'm now making this video for you. So I hope that you will also do your investigation and that all this will stop. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the opportunity you gave me to say everything that happened there.
Like I've been saying, this has been going on for a very, very long time. And I'm actually kind of saddened how so many people were, gaslit and somehow flipped to thinking Ukraine was the good guys. It still blows my mind that people forgot that they always used to be the bad guys. I don't know. Things are just beyond insane in this world. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, I mean, this is literally, what we're dealing with is these pedos that literally run the world are trafficking children, and they're a part of a whole bunch of different organizations that involve orphanages, child family services. They used to the finders used to actually get their collections of what children they wanted from photos from kids' schools. And so there's so many different tiers and levels of these people throughout everywhere in our world, our government, our society. And it's literally happening right in front of you. And they don't even try to hide it anymore. I don't think they even care. Like, they're already now showing how, we got Jay-Z, for example, in the Epstein list and everything else. And then there he was smiling at the Super Bowl like it was nothing. People used to have shame a long time ago. And it's not there anymore. These people really feel like they run the whole world. And they're that powerful. But there's still so many more stories that continue on from Ukraine. And I'm going to go ahead and play this video. It's from an 11-year-old girl from Bakhmut tells how the White Angels of the Ukraine army kidnap children at gunpoint and shoot at civilians being evacuated. They introduced themselves as a kind of military police, and they were looking for children. I was in the basement. They said, "Russia killed your mother. We have to take you out." Like to Germany, a lot of people started swearing at these white angels, cursing them. A week later, they returned. There was a little girl at the new market, 4 years old. Her parents were hiding. There was shelling. The white angels arrived, threw the girl into the car. The parents just stood there, dumbfounded. The Ukrainians took the child and left. The parents had no choice because the guns were pointed at them. When they were bringing me out, at the end, Vesya, a Russian sniper, was with me. He covered me, and there was someone else. I don't remember his name. He also covered me. I'm going to go ahead and play this video for you.
I hope that the most unpleasant thing you can imagine is the white of the angels. White angels? And what is this?
This is the police. They introduced themselves as military police. And they looked at the children. The first time I was sitting in the FOD wall, they showed my grandfather my photo. My uncle started interceding for me, and even my friends started interceding for me, lashing out at these soldiers of Ukraine. They said, like, your mother was beaten by Russia? We should take her out there, to Germany. Well, I was sitting when they told me all this. They cursed a lot for me. Many people cursed these white angels. Cursed. They said that we will come again. They arrived after Sunday. They wanted to take me away. They already saw me, asked my name. I didn't say my name for nothing. They also showed me my photo. There some person asked them not to find me. Like, help me find her. I need to take her out and everything else.
That is, they actually wanted to forcibly take you away? And so many of the children.
A lot. In the new market, the girl is small, about 4 years old, somewhere like that. The parents were hiding. The shelling continued. The blondes gasped, threw the girl into the car, and the parents stood there and did not understand anything. They scold, they say, "Give it to the child," and they turned and left. The child was taken and left. They had no choice, because the machine guns were pointed at them. But they did not want to give the child. They put the child for themselves. They started shooting upwards, saying, "Give the child." The child left on his own, because he did not want to sacrifice his parents. That's why I didn't even want to go, because I knew that I didn't believe that Russia killed my mother. I did not believe at all.
And who told you about this?
An angel beat. And they told you that? They didn't tell me. They told my grandfather.
And grandfather was told that mother was killed?
Grandpa told me. Grandpa started laughing, I say. Grandpa, I found someone to trust. Well, as you can see, my mother is here as a native, and everything is fine.
They cleaned the central part of Bakhmut. They cleaned public works, came across a house. Public people started to run out of the basement. They said that there were children in the basement. There was an 11-year-old child, a little girl, frightened grandmother, grandfather, Yunaya. The grandmother and grandfather refused to leave from the beginning. They asked to evacuate the granddaughter. During the evacuation of my granddaughter, fire was opened on us. A sniper was shooting aimed, and for some reason he was not shooting in our direction. And the machine gunner was also shooting, also not in our direction, but was aimed at the little girl. During the evacuation, I had to cover it with my bulletproof vests. Everything went well. The girl was taken away, and then they returned and evacuated the grandmother and grandfather.
It was already like the end of the day when I was taken out. I was accompanied by Vasya, a Russian sniper. He covered me and some more. I don't remember his name, but he also covered me. When a sniper with a 9-car truck started shooting at us, Vasya covered me from behind. I grabbed the first one who was coming. I grabbed my bulletproof vest, grabbed it. The bullets were flying over me. I didn't get hooked on Powagners at all, just for me. But I was not hurt. Everything is fine. I was being taken away. Everything is shaking me. This is a carpet. We did not come across a single mine. The mine cone and these glands are open. She, along the way, was told that she was already finished. But when we were shot at, it...
And what do you call such children who shoot at children?
You can't swear, I understood that, right? You can move, good. I won't move. I've got the height.
In general, there are no foreign words to call them? Not at all. And what do you think? Has she changed over the year?
So... she is very lost.
Lost a lot?
She is not 11 years old. She is much older. She has been through too much.
Too much bad, unfortunately.
She's much older. She has been through a lot. A lot of bad things, unfortunately. So, what is not needed?
What are your plans for the future? What do you want to do next?
Well, what we boldly discussed, we will do.
And what was discussed? Well, if it's not a secret, of course.
We will live, enjoy the life that we are together. Enjoy life.
Thank you for your support.
I got another one to show you here. This one's Russian soldiers discover Ukraine baby factories. Young children raised for sex brothels or murdered to harvest organs and sell on the black market.
Russian soldiers are claiming that they've made a hideous discovery inside Ukraine, where they say that children between the ages of 2 and 7 are being raised in factory farm conditions before the attractive ones are sold as sex slaves to elite paedophiles, and those who don't find buyers are carved up like discarded waste as their organs are harvested and sold for use at European and Israeli transplant centres. In video footage from the front lines of the Russo-Ukrainian war, a visibly emotional Russian officer describes children being treated as if they're livestock, piglets or rabbits, by their Ukrainian captors around the town of Izium, where the discovery of a commercial-scale child organ harvesting factory was reported.
Группа, да, получается, собирала детей по Изюму, маленьких от 3 до 6 до 7 лет, и привозила именно вот в этот пункт. Там их раздевали на 1-м этаже, а на втором их раздевали. Как ненужный материал, их просто хоронили там в ямах или куда-нибудь вывозили. И вот эти ребята, они, знаете, говорили, как будто они как будто какую-то скотину звали, поросенка или там кролика, да. Ну, они, да, привозили. Как будто какая-то ферма, понимаете. Вот это имплантация, да. И забирали органы. Слышал об этом, но не верил. Пока своими глазами не увидишь, не поймешь. А когда увидишь, не простишь.
There have previously been more disturbing claims about Ukrainian factory farm children made by Russia. According to the Kremlin, the Kiev regime has been earning hundreds of millions of dollars per year by raising children in degrading factory farm conditions and selling them to the highest bidder on the international market. No questions asked. It is understood that most of the buyers are wealthy paedophiles with elite connections. As these children do not have identities or official papers, they are a paedophile's dream because, in a legal sense, they don't exist.
Существовали лаборатории у защитников Украины. Это нацбаты, они, соответственно, занимались, они получали процент со сделки свой, и они занимались тем, что убивали детей. Органы они помещали в контейнеры дальше продавались, соответственно, и под экспортным кодом зерна вывозились. Мы ликвидировали 8 лабораторий, а они представляли из себя нечто похожее на то, что мы называем подвалами. В основном мы уже были после зачистки. То есть, когда лаборатория была обнаружена, и, как правило, это было после взрыва. То есть мы заходили на пепелище, там были трупы, там были дети. Препарированы. То есть детки были разрезаны.
It is such a horrible, disgusting world. It really is. And it makes total sense now why they made Marina Abramovic to serve as the child ambassador. It makes total sense now. Of course, the spirit-cooking Hillary Clinton friend sitting here on a pile of bones and scrubbing one with a sponge. Somehow that's art. They say art is subjective. Well, I guess any jackass can sit on a pile of bones and scrub them and want to call that art. But, yeah, Zelensky literally appointed Marina to be the ambassador of Ukraine's children. So basically, she's running the children's services there. What a great person to have doing that job, right? Makes total sense, especially now that we know about her, Hillary, Podesta, Pizzagate, and all this new shit coming out with Epstein. Now it all makes sense. So definitely get this video out there, share it to everybody. People really need to understand what's actually really going on in our world if they want to do something about it. They can't be blind to what the mainstream media has been feeding them about Ukraine. And, oh, I stand with Ukraine. It sickens me how snowed people are. Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!